How's it going, everyone? This is Soul Cinched here, and I originally I originally did not have any plans to cover this topic because I'm gonna just come out and say it. I don't listen to drill music. I don't dislike it or anything, but drill is just not the style of music that I listen to. I just don't care for it. Even Pop Smoke, who a lot of people really love, I'm not a fan of Pop Smoke. No disrespect or anything, it's just not my style of music. But a lot of people have been talking about whether or not CJ will be a one hit wonder, and I just wanted to give my opinion on the matter. Because you have to look at this in a few different aspects, because there are some things that might help him not be a one hit wonder, as well as some things that will make him a one hit wonder, and I'll get into all that in a minute. But first, I to answer the question on is he a one hit wonder or not, a lot of people think he's going to be a one hit wonder, and I agree. Mostly because he doesn't really seem to have that much talent. I have listened to his EP, and like I said, I don't listen to drill, but it sounds like every song he tries to create just sounds like Whoopty. And they all sound super, super generic. And it just sounds like he's trying to recreate Whoopty on every track. So I feel like he's just going to end up being remembered as another designer or Sheck West or Lil Xan as the guy that made Whoopty that was a really big song and then nothing. But the thing that'll help him out is he's very commercialized. Like when you take Whoopty, it sounds like drill, but much more mainstream sounding, which could be good and bad. It could be good because it could potentially expose more mainstream listeners to it and kind of reel them into being CJ's fans. But it also could be bad because I know a lot of people that do listen to drill, they want it to be real. They expect it to have passion and emotion. They expect it to be authentic. With CJ, I feel like he's not authentic. And another thing that could also, so it's kind of like that is kind of like a double-edged sword. Another thing that could kind of help him out is he doesn't seem to be living that life. So it looks like that could be a plus because if he's not living that gang life, then he doesn't have to worry about having a hit on him as much as a drill rapper who's living that gangsta life. You know what I'm saying? Because look at Pop Smoke. We all know what happened to Pop Smoke. And am I the only person who's getting industry plant vibes from CJ? I know, and I don't know why I'm bringing this up, because in 2021, no one really cares about industry plants. Back in 2019, when Baby Goth and Jumex were starting to blow up, everyone hated on industry plants, but fast forward to 2020 and 2021, no one really cares. If the music is fire, that's all most people care about. But with CJ, he comes out of nowhere, mysteriously blows up right after Pop Smoke's death, making the exact same style of music, just very commercialized, very generic, commercialized, and mainstream appeal, has virtually no personality, and he just sort of blows up out of nowhere. So I'm a little suspicious about that. And like I said, I don't know why I'm bringing it up because most people don't really care about industry plants, and I'm kind of like that. I mean, I'm not gonna have as much respect for an artist if they are a blatant industry plant, but if they make nice music, at the end of the day, it's kind of whatever, you know. But again, the thing that'll help him about being an industry plant is if he's not living that life, he's not as big of a liability as someone who does live that gangster life because he'd be less likely to be taken out. So that could help him in terms of, getting into dangerous situations. If he's not living that gang life, he doesn't have to worry about getting killed or ending up in prison or anything like that. But then again, it's not authentic. People aren't really going to take him seriously if he's not authentic in what he's rapping about. And it also goes back to him making a very mainstream sounding drill music. A lot of people that listen to drill, they want it to sound authentic. They want it to be authentic. Whereas CJ, just isn't authentic. And I've seen some people saying that Whoopty is a trash song, and I've seen some people saying it's an amazing song. I don't like it, but I don't listen to drill, so my opinion on this shouldn't really matter. But I did listen to his EP, and every single track just sounded like it was trying to be Whoopty. So that tells me that this guy blew up with Whoopty and is just trying to recreate that. And you'll see a lot of industry plants are like that. When they're planted, a lot of times they are trying to appeal to a specific market or market off of a specific audience. Like Jumex was a very cookie cutter emo rapper. And at the time when he was making the emo trap metal and the emo alt rock sound like Lil Peep. And at the time, those two sounds were somewhat relevant. They had somewhat mainstream attention, but since then, both trap metal and emo rap has really fallen out of the mainstream appeal. Yes, it is still there, but it's very underground. So with Jumex, he fell off so quickly because right after he hit the scene, emo rap kind of died out. So that is why his career died so quickly. Just like after disappearing for a year, he recently came back with a new song about a month ago, and it's a very pop sounding song. And so as some other music that he's teased has a much more pop sound, so it sounds like either Jumex or his label knows that emo rap and trap metal are dead in terms of mainstream, so they're trying to push him in a more pop direction. So with CJ, it seems like the same thing. If he is planted to be a mainstream drill rapper, since there isn't any really big drill rappers out there, he's probably just gonna fall off because A, he keeps trying to make the same song over and over again and isn't really talented enough to make good music, and B, once the market shifts to a different sound, what is he gonna do? That's what's happened to a lot of industry plant artists. It's like, but with Baby Goth, for example, the reason she failed so quickly is because they were trying to market it to too many different groups at once. They tried to give her a goth emo image while making really generic mumble rap style music, and it just did not really appeal to anyone. And the only industry plants that have really stuck are ones that have been able to adapt their sound and keep up with the current markets. If you want to be a big mainstream success, you can't just make music you want to make. You have to make music that A, sounds good, but has mainstream appeal, something that the majority of people will want to listen to if your main goal is to be really famous and successful. So that's why you've seen like Ian Dior start off as a Juice WRLD clone with a Lil Skies voice, then kind of shift in a more rap direction, and now has went sort of in a more rock direction to keep his relevancy and maintain a fan base. Whereas an artist like Jumex, who for his first two EPs tried to stick to the emo sound and just fell off because that style of music was going out. And we can even add Icy Narco into the mix because when Icy Narco was coming out and trying to get popular, he was bringing the old school, early 2016, 2017 SoundCloud sound, which by the time he was coming out, that sound had already died off. That's why I think Lil Pump is going to be a failure no matter what, because even if he brings back the old Pump sound, that sound is just dead. And I know I'm kind of getting off topic here, but the point is, I don't see CJ having a big successful career because he's not talented enough to make anything other than really generic drill rap. All the songs sound exactly the same. He just sounds like he's trying to recreate Whoopty on every track. And then once the market shifts into something else, is he going to be able to adapt? So yeah, I don't think CJ is going to escape being a one-hit wonder. And yeah, that's just about all I have to say about this video. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share it around, yada yada. And yeah, peace.